We are now just 90 days away from the official release of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, ever since the release of the first teaser trailer over at Star Wars Celebration, it left a lot of fans around the world very excited and eager to see the third and final trailer of this film by director J.J. Abrams, and exactly how it's going to make the fans understand the tone of this film a lot more once this trailer actually debuts. That's actually set to debut on October 14th of next month by Disney and Lucasfilm. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to various shot descriptions of the upcoming trailer 3 of Episode 9, this is where things begin to get very exciting for this movie. Now, specifically, shot descriptions consisting of a sequence where it's explained that Rey is said to be on a desert world, where she has her lightsaber ignited, where she is said to be in a standoff against Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren. The scenery of the moment is said to be inspired from a western that is described to be very tense between Rey and Kylo Ren, as Ren is now wearing his helmet once more as he looks at Rey when he ignites his crossguard saber, which leads to a quick flash of Rey fighting the Knights of Ren with special weapons that are said to combat against her lightsaber, where Kylo is said to be standing in the distance observing the fight. The next describes a moment in which where Kylo Ren is described to be walking through an ancient Sith cave with tons of ancient text written on the walls that glow in a yellow color, where Rey and Kylo Ren begin to walk through these tunnels, where it's said that Palpatine's dialogue begins to play over the shot, talking about the power of the beyond. Additionally, it's explained that Kylo is described to make his way into a large Darth Vader statue that is covered in webs, where the statue appears to be dark. It's implied that this is where Kylo Ren and Rey begin their Force Bond sequence, where Kylo Ren discovers his grandfather's Wayfinder device separately. The last describes a moment where Rey is actually said to be inserting a kyber crystal into her brand new lightsaber design of the Skywalker saber, where as she tinkers with the saber, it's said that the voices of Anakin, Luke, Yoda, and Kenobi can be heard in the background. It's explained to give a tease to fans of how Rey fixes the Skywalker saber in the film. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we do know that Episode 9 is going to be a film that's going to introduce new types of Star Wars lore that fans have never seen before on the big screen. We are talking about, of course, the Sith lore, the Force lore, and the Jedi lore that's going to be used as a way to really benefit the characters of Rey and Kylo Ren from start to finish of this movie. So the first thing that I do want to go over about the upcoming trailer is that yes, we are finally going to be able to see the Knights of Ren in full force here in action. You know, so far it's kind of funny because we never got to see the Knights of Ren actually on, you know, the big screen or on the internet in movement, you know, in motion actually doing something. Other than that, we only have photos of the Knights of Ren besides the very brief glimpse of them that we got in The Force Awakens. That was about it. So in this particular scenario, it's said to take place on a desert world. It's pretty safe to say that this is the desert world of Pasaana. And this entire sequence is said to be very much inspired by a western between both, of course, Rey, the Knights of Ren, and even Kylo Ren, where eventually Rey is said to battle the Knights of Ren on Pasaana, where they are using these weapons that are able to combat against the actual lightsaber that Rey is holding on to. Now, what's exciting about that is that it seems like that they are hiding these weapons, because if you look at the pictures of the Knights of Ren that we do have on the promo material, they're using these weapons that are just blades or spears or something around those lines. So they must be hiding these weapons under their cloaks or on their speeders that they use or something around those lines that's going to be used as a way to really surprise Rey out of nowhere, that they are able to combat against her lightsaber that once belonged to Luke and Anakin. And that brings me to the other moment, which is where we have a moment in which Rey is said to be constructing the Skywalker saber and tinkering with it and inserting a kyber crystal into the lightsaber design, where she's shortening the blade and basically giving it a brand new design for Star Wars Episode 9. So this pretty much is a nice little homage to what Luke did in the deleted scene for Return of the Jedi, where he's tinkering with his green lightsaber design and he ignites it in the cave on Tatooine, where in this scenario Rey is doing the same exact thing, except we are finally going to be able to see what it looks like in a live-action Star Wars film for a Star Wars character to insert the kyber crystal into the actual hilt itself. So that's going to be a very interesting thing to see, without a doubt, and I cannot wait to see exactly, what that's going to look like and what the kyber crystal is going to look like, where it's no longer cracked, because let's face it, the only time that we got to see the cracked kyber crystal, or should I say the kyber crystal in general, is where it was actually just cracked and split into two, where the actual hilt was split into two, and we saw the kyber crystal in The Last Jedi. So now we're going to see it in one piece, or a brand new one at that Rey is going to use in this film. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.